Saying goodbye is never easy, especially if you're a mother. I remember when our oldest, Andrea, had her first day of kindergarten. She was all decked out in her Little Mermaid sweatshirt, purple stirrup pants, it was the early 90s, and backpack that also happened to have the Little Mermaid on it. It was definitely a phase. I put her long brown hair up in a side ponytail with a purple scrunchie, and she looked adorable. I took tons of pictures and then solemnly walked her to school. My heart was heavy. This was my baby, and for the first time in her life, another woman was going to be spending a lot of time with her every day. My baby girl. This was not going to be easy. For her, of course. With every step, I dreaded the moment of separation. How will she handle it, I wonder? Will she cry, make a scene, cling to me for one last hug? Well, it's understandable if she does, of course, I thought. After all, she is saying goodbye to her mummy. And then the moment of truth. We reached that part of the yard where all of the parents were saying goodbye to their 5-year-olds. I could feel the lump in my throat growing. I took a deep breath and braced myself. With all the strength I could muster, I knelt down in front of her, ready to provide my maternal shoulder for her certain outburst. Only she didn't need it. In fact, at that moment, there wasn't anything that Andrea really wanted except to happily skip into her new classroom. Actually, I was the one to grab one last hug. I was the one to ask for a quick kiss. And yes, I was the one who later had a good cry back at home. Yes, saying goodbye is never easy, either temporary or permanent. And that's exactly why one particular verse in the book of Matthew is so special to me. It's found in Matthew chapter 28. And while this chapter may only be 20 verses long, it definitely covers a lot of ground. From the rumbling ground at the garden tomb to the grumbling ground of the horrified guards, finally ending at the humbling ground of the risen Jesus. Yes, in just 20 short verses, mankind's future went from bleak to bright, all because of this particular morning's sunrise. It's in verse 6 of this chapter that we're first told of the most exciting event in the entire Bible. Jesus, the crucified one, is now Jesus, the risen one. Exactly as he told his disciples numerous times, Jesus the Messiah had risen from the dead, and we will never be the same. By breaking out of his grave, Jesus has also conquered ours. Death now has no sting. And not only that, his resurrected life provides something else, something we could never possess without him. Freedom. Freedom from sin, freedom from guilt. I like the way Paul put it in his first letter to the Corinthians. But now, in a single victorious stroke of life, all three, sin, guilt, death, are gone. The gift of our Master, Jesus Christ. Thank God. Because of Jesus, sin's stain is gone. And for those who trust him, so is its penalty. What else could we ask for? Well, Jesus gives us even more. It's the last verse of that chapter that has always been special to me because as a child, I found myself constantly saying goodbye. The life of an army family was one of continuous departure. And so as a little girl, early in my life with God, I claimed this promise from Jesus as my own. And be sure of this, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Jesus is with us always. To him, we need never dread saying goodbye. And just in case you were wondering, that is a promise.